In the last decade, eSports have grown incredibly big on an international level. People are able to play and compete in tournaments for a living with the help of sponsors. But what are eSports like in Switzerland? Although Switzerland's esports scene isn't as developed as others, the past few years have shown an increased interest in esports activities. Recently, a new esports bar called the eParadise opened up in Zurich. It is a place for gamers to meet and play video games together. There are regular tournaments for games such as FIFA or League of Legends. There are also big conventions that host these tournaments with big prizes. This shows that there is demand for esports in Switzerland. One of the bigger scenes is the one revolving around the Super Smash Bros. Game series. The Super Smash Bros. Games are fighting games which were developed by Nintendo and were originally intended to be played as party games. However, people started taking the game very seriously and tried to find strategies to win games more consistently. Over time, this developed into a competitive scene which is still growing to this day. The second game of the series is called Super Smash Bros. Melee. It was released for the Nintendo GameCube in 2001. Even though the game was released almost 17 years ago, it still has the biggest competitive community out of the 4 games. The reason for this is that it has the highest skill cap and requires insanely fast inputs from the player. We got the chance to interview Switzerland's #1 Smash 4 player. We asked him about the Smash scene and future perspectives of top players.
The beauty of Smash is that you can play the game in different ways. Some play it with items and in a casual way, but you can also play it in a more competitive way, which is also fun, because you get to see which player is better than the other. I would say that 3 years after the release of the game, it's not only the game that motivates me, but also to see the community grow. I made many new friends which have similar interests. Making a living from esports is already possible, but it depends on what games you play and where you live. In Asia, for example, there are a lot of professional League of Legends players who make a living from video games, but it also heavily depends on how good you are at the game. I have won approximately 3,000 francs cash. I also won many figures or games, and even consoles. In total, I probably earned about 4,000 Swiss francs from playing Super Smash Bros. You can play Smash professionally, but mainly in America, because it is easier to make a living of it. I still play Smash Bros. As a hobby, and I doubt I will ever be able to make a living from playing the game.
In summary, it can be said that it won't be likely for one to make a living off Smash Bros. But it's expected that other games such as FIFA or League of Legends grow in Switzerland, as people from Asia are already making millions from these games. Only time will tell what esports will bring in the future.